In this video, we're going to look at some tips for managing weight over summer. Summer is really challenging for people, and let's face it, like every time of the year is challenging, but summer is definitely a time where there's less consistency out of people. And I can understand it. People are camping, people are vacationing, they're trying to enjoy the sunshine and the lovely weather with their family. You're having drinks on your deck, barbecues. Like, I get it, I do get it. So that's where consistency over the summer is really a challenge. Now, consistency is number one, regardless of what you're doing, whether it's trying to lose body fat, improve sleep, build muscle, build a business, fix your relationships, whatever it is, it's consistency. So we get that. Now, some people will lose weight over summer. They absolutely will. Like, some people are very motivated, they're very consistent, they have a plan, they're quite diligent in what they're doing. But for the majority of people, that's not the case. So it is important to be realistic about your expectations for the summer and what you can and can't do over the summer. So I kind of want to talk about some tips. And I have been working with clients since I've almost lost track, since like 2008. So there's trends I can see and I can't see. And I usually take the summer off, July and August off from working with clients because of this reason. I use the summer then to kind of finish up my courses, catch up on my studies, do whatever programs I'm creating, and spend time with my own family, because it's somewhat pointless to start working with clients over the summer months. Like, especially after the last 2 or 3 years, we're all only human. We do want to have this kind of downtime, especially in Canada when you've been stuck in the snow for 6 to 8 months of the year, and now you have this lovely sunshine and weather. Like, I get it. And we are all only human in that we're trying to enjoy our lives the best that we can. But at the same time, we do have to remember that in order to enjoy your life the best way that you can, you do need to be your best self. You need to feel your best. You need to have the energy to get through your life. You need to have like clear skin, so you're not getting it more aggravated out in the sun, or you're not uncomfortable in social settings about how you look. And the same goes for your body and your body weight. Like, if you're putting on a swimsuit or shorts or a tank top in the summer and you're uncomfortable about how you feel, like, we do need to be cognizant of all of this stuff. So just because it's the summer, we do want to still kind of keep our health and body goals at the forefront of our mind, but be realistic. Maybe I'm not going to see the weight loss or the results that I would like, because a lot of people would like results. We would all like a lot of things, but without putting in the work, you're definitely not going to get those results. So we do have to be realistic. So a couple of things that are going to just kind of make it easier to at least maintain some sort of control over your health and your body weight, and whatever results you've already achieved so far, this is going to hopefully help you maintain. And the key word there is hopefully as well, because if you're going off every night and you're eating junk food and chips and greasy foods and alcohol, and all these tips are only going to get you so far. But even to just maintain where you are right now, and to maintain some sort of control and consistency, so that when the summer ends, you still have these really good habits in place, and then you can go deeper or full on come September when kids go back to school. These tips will help. They will help. They will help with aspects of health in regards to sleep and insulin resistance and even hormonal balance. But there is that idea as well of you can't out exercise a bad diet. I would say you can't out exercise, out sleep, out walk, out drink water, out everything of a bad diet. Like, it really does come down to the nutrition. And I was saying this to a girl earlier, that a lot of the time I see people like clutching at straws. They want to get hormones tested, they want to get bloods tested, they want to work with this specialist or see a GI, and that's all great and all, but sometimes you're just clutching at straws that if you just make some really simple changes and go back to the basics, that's usually enough for a lot of people. Like the majority of people, if we're going to be real, the majority of people, their nutrition and lifestyle habits are terrible, especially nutrition. Like it's really bad. And let's be real about it. If you were to sit down and think, a lot of people will tell me like they eat really well and they're trying this, that, and the other. And then I'm like, okay, hold on. Like you might as well be honest with me. There's no point in not being honest with either of us. Like think about it. Has your nutrition been that good? And then they'll sit down and they'll think, well, no, actually, the last few weeks have been hard. I've been busy at work. The kids have been challenging. I've been snacking in the evening. I've been having wine a couple of nights a week. And we get takeout because I'm too tired to cook. So it is really important to be real with your teacher, but also with yourself. If you sit down and think, really take a few minutes, think about it. What's my lifestyle really like? Like, what are my habits really like? Is this why maybe my hormones are out of balance, or I'm not sleeping well, or I'm gaining weight, or I'm got aches and pains? Like, really think about it, because the answer is usually there. And a lot of the time, it is something simple. You don't have to pay for all these blood panels to be done or go see specialists. Like, sometimes it is like fix your nutrition, get more exercise, prioritize sleep, and that usually just helps everything unfold and balance out. Lovely. Anyway, I totally digressed. So looking at our tips for over the summer, and I do write stuff down because I obviously digress a lot. So exercise and walk. Now is the perfect time to exercise and walk. Like it is. The weather is amazing, and especially if you're going to hike, those higher altitudes have been shown to increase fat burning even more. There's a lot of research around sunlight exposure increasing metabolic rate, so your metabolism. Obviously, you're going to help with that vitamin D synthesis, which is going to help with your mood, your sleep, your inflammation, your immunity, hormones, like everything. So being consistent over summer, I really believe with exercise is going to have you good habits in place come September. But when people go camping or they go on vacation or they go to visit relatives, they think that they're doing a lot of movement and exercise, but they're not. They're sitting around, they're enjoying family time, sitting around the campfire, maybe picking up some wood for the fire, maybe a little walk, but they're not doing what we would consider actual exercise for health per se. So even if you're not camping or vacationing, if you're just staying at home all summer, you can be consistent about going for a walk every day. Just don't forget your mosquito spray, especially if you're in Alberta, because we are being overrun with mosquitoes now. So being consistent there really makes a difference. I mean, a lot of us know that the research around walking for insulin resistance, walking is probably one of the best tools we have for addressing insulin resistance. A lot of people have insulin resistance on some level. Their blood sugars are not working right, their metabolism's not working right. So walk, enjoy it while you can. Then the next would be, and I'm trying to stick with the lowest hanging fruits. Just because I say exercise doesn't mean you have to go to the gym every day. You could climb some trees if you want, go swimming, run with your dog, I don't know, play with your kids, like get your heart rate up, but enjoy it at the same time. Then the next would be, look, if you're going to have alcohol, most people are over summer. If you're going to have alcohol and you're going to have chips and you're going to have some not so great choices, especially in the evening, let's face it, it's usually in the evening. People are off having fun during the day. Maybe they're water skiing, maybe they're out on their boat, whatever they're doing. People are doing stuff during the day. Usually the bad food and habits comes in the evening when people want to relax and unwind and sit around and laugh with their family. So that means that during the day you're trying to stack conditions in your favor. You want to keep it simple. I would say just keep your focus on protein and greens. All the research shows us that it's the proteins and the roughage foods, so your green vegetables, your cruciferous vegetables, that are really the key to fat loss. They are. Now I know they get boring, but in the summer you can add some fresh fruit to them, you can have some nice dressings. But this is if you want to stack conditions in your favor. Over the summer I would stick to mostly proteins and greens during the day. So then in the evening, if you are having some alcohol or some like chips or cookies or s'mores or whatever you're doing, then you have already stacked conditions in your favor. You have a little bit more flexibility. And then if we're looking at adding fats to your day, because dressings, like obviously eating just protein and greens is going to get very monotonous and boring, and but we want to add some fats because fats are protective on many levels, protective of our skin in the sunlight. Like, fats are important, but I would encourage you to stick more to monounsaturated fats. There's a lot of research showing us that for not just fat loss, for health overall, our monounsaturated fats seem to be where it's at. Now, I'm not saying saturated fats are bad. They have their place, but monounsaturated fats seem to be where it's at. Your extra virgin olive oil, your avocado oil, your macadamias, a lot of your nuts and seeds are going to be monounsaturated. So that's where I would put my focus. And I've been teaching my clients for years that our main focus should be monounsaturated fats. We're obviously, I say obviously, but we should be avoiding polyunsaturated fats. But saturated fats do have their place, but I really think that monounsaturated fats are going to be our biggest bang for our buck when we're looking at overall health and even fat loss results. And then that brings me to, if you're having alcohol, I would recommend you pick the cleanest alcohol possible. And by clean, I don't just mean that it doesn't have all the chemicals and toxins, that it's organic. I also mean that like it's a really clean source of fuel, so it's easier for your body to burn. If you think of like vodka and gin, they're very clean. They're easy for your body to burn. If you start getting into cocktails, now you have a problem with the sugars and the syrups. I know I'm partially taking all the fun out of life here. There's other options though. You can always make your own cleaner cocktails. Tequila is quite clean. If you do a really clean homemade margarita, that's totally possible. Your beers, if you're a woman and even a man, beers are starting to ask for trouble. You've not only have you got the wheat aspect of it, you've also got the xenoestrogens, so the estrogenic aspect of it. You've got the gluten, you've got the bloating. Like, beer is problematic for a lot of people, but especially for weight gain and causing inflammation and hormonal imbalances. Like, beer is a big problem. The next I would look at like Prosecco and Cava. They can be great, especially cold. Prosecco, Cava, drop some strawberries in there, like that's awesome. You can do organic clean wines. In that aspect, your wines will have more sugar in them, but if you're doing an organic red wine, you're getting the benefits of all the polyphenols as well. When it's organic, you've less chances of having those sulfates and the toxins that are going to cause you to feel gross the next day. Like, it's all about stacking conditions in your favor. It really is. But the cleaner your spirits, the better. There has to be compromise. There has to be balance. Cocktails and beers have their place once in a blue moon, but you have to compromise with yourself depending on what you want after you've sat down and been real with yourself, because summer is challenging. Like I said, I get it. It is challenging. And we all make our different choices for different reasons. I choose not to do something because I want to perform or I know it messes with my sleep. That's my choice. That doesn't mean it's your choice, and vice versa. The next two things, so we've already looked at exercise, walk, your proteins, your greens, your monounsaturated fats, your clean alcohol. The next would be obviously stay hydrated, but when you stay hydrated, that also means your minerals too. Minerals and electrolytes. Your electrolytes are minerals with an electric charge on them. The easiest thing in the summer when you do get busy and there's a lot of running around and maybe you're hiking or you're out in the boat and there's not a lot of bathrooms around would be to backload your water as well, so you have the majority of your water earlier in the day, and that can include teas and some coffees as well. And then you have a lot of hydrating foods with you. Chia pudding's very hydrating, apples, strawberries, cucumbers, lettuce, like, and there's a lot more than that. So you have your hydrating foods, even making like your cleaner popsicles yourself, or you can make really clean jellies and protein gummies and stuff that their base is water. Then you have to have your minerals, because if you don't add in these minerals or electrolytes, the more you're sweating, the more you're running around. A lot of us sweat in our sleep in this kind of heat, and if you have air conditioning and fans on, that's going to pull water out of your skin as well. You're going to be losing a lot of minerals, you're going to be getting dehydrated, and you won't realize it. And the more water you drink while not remineralizing, you're going to further dilute down the minerals that your body's trying to clench onto already. One sure sign that you're low in minerals, especially sodium and potassium, is if you go exercise or you go out for a walk, especially in the heat, and your hands start to swell and they get stiff, or your ankles swell. That's going to show that you're low on minerals and you need to remineralize, because unfortunately for me, last year I pushed myself too hard in the Alberta heat wave and I passed out due to natremia. So my brain just got dehydrated and I passed out. So it was quite scary, but lesson learned, and stuff like that helps me help others. Like, I teach through my experiences as well. So sea salt, easy on your meals, like really good sea salt on your meals. Most fresh fruit and vegetables, anything that's fresh and raw will have electrolytes in it as well. And then the last one, which is hard, but it can be done, is consistent sleep and wake times. The consistent wake times is easy in the summer, because I think most of us want to get up early, 6 a.m. every morning. Let's get out and enjoy the weather while we can. Let's be productive. Let's do what we can do. It's the evening time that's obviously the problem. That's where consistency can be challenging. Here it is, the more consistent your sleep is, the more consistent you are overall with everything. Sleep is number one. I'm known for saying that. Sleep is number one. So having consistent sleep is going to encourage you to make better choices, but you'll also feel better. So trying to have a consistent bedtime, getting your good sleep quality. Most of you that are watching this are either students of mine or your followers. I'll have already given you sleep hacks and ways to optimize your sleep that are quite effective and easy. Just remembering what can interfere with your sleep: eating late, too much sugar in the evening, alcohol. These can all interfere with your sleep. Obviously, stress is a big thing, but hopefully nobody has stress over the summer, so we can all enjoy it. But these few things are going to really make a difference. So we have exercise, protein and greens, monounsaturated fats, clean alcohol, hydrate, and consistent. It's 6 things. You could just write them down on a notepad on your phone like I do. 6 things. If I can be consistent with these, I mean, I'm already going to be sleeping, so I might as well make it the sleep the best. I'm already going to be eating, so I might as well make my food the best. Like, this is not about being perfect. This is not even about making progress over the summer. This is at least maintaining some sort of effort, so you don't let everything go to hell and then regret it come September. This is just really, that's what it is. It's, let's just make some sort of effort while still enjoying the summer. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you do have a great summer. And if you have any questions or need anything from me in regards to support or a bit of direction with this and that, you can just message me through here or Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Okay, bye.